Michelin Man, who reminded them the right tyre changes everything. With better tyres, that sad road wasn't so sad anymore. Michelin Energy Saver stops up to 3 metres shorter, tested against its predecessor on 14-inch tyres. Michelin.
Children as young as 5 years old are contacting a charity helpline to talk about their parents drinking or using drugs. Childline, which is run by the NSPCC, took just under 2,300 calls from youngsters who said their parents were drug addicts. The charity says it's also fielded more than 4,000 calls from children worried about their parents drinking. And those children were 3 times more likely to report physical abuse. Well, joining us now is Childline's counsellor Alex Gray. Alex, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Is this the first time you've measured these figures or just announced the figures publicly?
It's the first time that we've released this information, but we have been hearing for years and years from young people who are suffering at the hands of parents who abuse alcohol and drugs. And
these are just the children who've summoned up the courage to contact you. We therefore assume that there are many, many more out there suffering as a result of this behaviour who haven't contacted you?
Yeah, I mean, feeling ashamed, feeling that they can't speak out.
It really is guilty themselves.
Absolutely guilty, feeling it's their fault. This really is the tip of the iceberg. These are, like you say, the young people who have that confidence, who have the courage to speak out.
And are you getting them from certain areas, in the city areas where there's deprivation, social economic problems and so on, or is it across the country?
It really is across the country. There is no trends in terms of whether you come from a wealthy family, less well-off family. It really is across the country, across all ages, across all cultures.
And these children really do want to try to help their parents. They're looking for a way out.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, what we hear quite a lot is that these young people actually end up almost as carers, maybe for their parents, for their siblings. And when you think that this is young people as young as 5, what a huge burden to be carrying.
And this is true, that the children of that age have actually contacted you saying, please help?
Yeah, we hear from children as young as 5 speaking about their parents abusing drugs, about alcohol, and the knock-on effect and the impact that that has on them.
What on earth can you say to them?
Our biggest piece of advice is to speak out about it. So it's to think maybe of a trusted adult, whether that be a teacher at school, whether it's calling Childline and speaking about it, but it's just finding that one person to actually speak out.
But your decision to go public on this is to alert those parents maybe to think about their behaviour. And
absolutely. I mean, our reason for releasing the facts today are kind of lots of things that we want to get from it. So first of all, it is to raise awareness within society about the impact that these kind of things do have on young people. The physical abuse connection, the sexual abuse connection, the need for training for professionals, lots of issues connected to it.
And what's it say about modern Britain? I mean, is this individual behaviour, or is this something, broken Britons, that phrase we use or overuse, is it actually symptomatic of a bigger social problem?
I think we're all quite aware of the real social challenges that we are facing today, and I think the one thing about Childline being there is that, all problems are increasing. So we have an increase in physical abuse, of sexual abuse, of drug misuse, and it's something that we really need to think about how we tackle that as a society as a whole. And
of course the children can just pick up the phone and contact you wherever, whenever.
Yep, absolutely. We're a free, confidential, 24-hour helpline. Which, is really accessible to young people.
And they get people like you at the end of the line.
Absolutely.
Great. Alex, thanks very much indeed for that. Thanks for coming in. Let's take a look at the sport because, we've got a bit of tennis, good news, bit of golf, bit of football.
Yeah, and some swimming as well.
And swimming as well. Oh, right. Okay. We'll apologise to the swimmers out there.
That's good news as well. We'll start with the tennis because Andy Murray's won his first title of the year and his victory over Roger Federer in